Hi, my name's Irrelevant. And of course, this project, as you've noticed, has gone all out, full send, and I'm not quite done yet. The shed's up, the electrical's in, the shed itself is effectively complete. But there is one last step because of course, why not? I'm going to be wiring internet. Literally, gigabit hardline. Now seen here is about 200 feet of direct burial rated Cat6. Now, the wonderful thing about direct burial rated Cat6 is that it came 2 weeks behind schedule, and now the pit, the trench is already effectively complete. I didn't completely fill it in anticipation for this, but unfortunately I'm not digging up in that mortar sand again, especially there's gonna, rocks will have ingressed, so I can't direct bury it, or at least I don't want to. It's going to be going over top of the existing mortar sand that's holding down the electrical, so not quite down to 18 inches. Hopefully frost isn't an issue as long as I can keep it dry. Fortunately, poly pipe is very cheap, and because this is not actually any official electrical, there's no code that I have to really worry about. I can just go ahead and bury it in plumbing. I'm hoping this 1/2-inch poly pipe's gonna do the job. I actually found some little hacks that wouldn't be acceptable in the electrical world, but will do well for this situation. For an example, here we have a conduit fitting, which I'm going to be using to get the wire in the shed. And then here's a plumbing fitting. Well, wouldn't you know it, they're compatible. So I'll be able to adapt plumbing to electrical quite easily. That's gonna allow me to run the cheap pipe through the trench and then tie it into standard electrical fittings in the shed itself. And of course, remember, I'm just using these electrical fittings for convenience. There's no actual electrical that's going to be going through this. Now, as dictated by the rules of reality, when it was convenient to lay the pipe, all last week when the trench was dry, well, the wire wasn't in yet. Maybe I could have planned ahead and put the pipe down, but I was in a position where I didn't really come up with the solution for burying the wire until I kind of had the wire, focused on other things anyway. Now that the wire's in and I'm ready to do this job, we, had rain for like the last few days, and of course the trench is filled back in with water. Now that's all right, I can work around that for the most part, except for this one little section right here where I would like to be able to put the pipe underneath that ground sausage or weeping thing, that thing. So here I am once again trying to pump this damn it thing out. But there's a fair amount of water in the ground, so it keeps filling back up. I'm gonna have to dunk that pipe to some capacity. Quite fortunately, the pipe seems to have come with this little cap on the end, which I'm hoping will allow me to dunk it really quickly without it getting wet inside or, sand and crap. So hopefully for the last time, we can give the pit a quick purge and stick that under there. Oh yeah, muck. All right, that'll do. I think we're finally done with the pump. Had to go and get it muddy again though, eh? Oh yeah, guess I can go ahead and lay some of this out. Well, maybe let's pull this end a little bit more up to where I know I'm at least going to need it to be. Somewhere around here. Make sure there's extra slack. Better too much than too little, right? Oh, there we go. Dirt in my hands already. We're starting up. All right, let's just roll this out in here, eh? Wet pipe, wet pipe, wet pipe. And I think this is about as far as we can go for now. See, next up, I have a situation where the pipe has to get underneath here and then across here. I kind of had to redig this area up anyway because some damn chipmunk made a mess of it. But while you weren't paying attention, I got ahead and pulled some of the patio bricks out of this one stretch here. I'm not going to be going very deep, but I'm going to have to dig that up. Figuring out what to do when I get to that end is going to be the tricky part. All right, so she just kind of zoot snoots up here. The trench comes around here underneath. If I had to cut that piece of, that's patio support. There's no patio there, like, come on. Hey, here and behind. Didn't really plan on burying it that deep. I'll mash it down there, but this is about the gist of it. And just a little entrenchment. Just a little entrenchment, sir. Now here's where stuff gets tricky. Around this corner, there's a lot going on right there. Now mind you, that looks narrow enough that I should be able to snake the pipe through there, but I'm not gonna be burying it. If I have to bury it, it's gotta go wide. Now, according to my measurements, I had more than enough to reach where it has to go in and out of the house, which is gonna be right here. It didn't quite make it there, but then I did overcompensate with too much slack on the shed end. Maybe I should stop with the piping for a while and go ahead and get my shed ported and get that connected, and then I'll know what I'm really dealing with. I do believe we've reached the point in human history where I've discussed ad nauseum the process of blowing a hole in the wall, so I'm saving you the grisly details. After all, it's just another hole in the wall. I absolutely wanted it mounted here so that the conduit going through would be reinforced and have a good anchor. Not sure exactly how much stress it's going to incur, but yes, it is sitting proud. But then it doesn't eat cow, so I think we're good. Basically, what's coming down off here, I want it to clear this guy. And right on time for my presentation, a neighbor presents his lawnmower noise. Contrary to popular belief, you can bend these pipes much in the same way you can bend computer tubes. I only need to offset it 1 inch, so I'm hoping it's a subtle enough bend because I don't have the proper support stake to stop this thing from collapsing. So, we got a bit of action here. Okay. Shouldn't need much more than that. Oh, it wants to spring back. I kind of wish I had the hose on the ready so I could like douse this because it's staying pliable. Come on. It took a lot of heat to get it there. Okay, I think it's gonna stay now. I'll go douse it real quick. Now the question is, can I do this all over again right about here to straighten her back up? And this is totally eyeball, by the way. This might not fit the way I want it to, but I have a fair amount of experience and excellent spatial skills, so I'm hoping for the best. Okay, now hold it still in the very straight position. Oh yeah, that's gonna work right nice, bud. Oh, we can even kind of mock it into place here. Yeah, we'll put it right like that. Unless, what if I could grab that seam? No, seam's too far away. So I might as well offset it like this. Turn this off. We'll strap it down adequately, and yeah, we'll call that bend a success. Nice. I'm gonna let it cool down a bit before I work on it. So seeing here is the general consensus that I was going for. With this ring ivy wed, these two non-matching pipes together, I guess opposites attract, right? The bend did work, and this is how we're gonna get our internet line in there. And of course it goes down into the trench. Once I've situated this, I'm free to fill in said trench. Hopefully today, times are running low. Much to my delight, it seemed to have plenty enough radius to make this hard turn, which means I can bring it all along the wall and pretty much make it all the way to where the wire has to go in. But I'm at the situation where, how do I proceed? Do I want to partially bury that under the driveway? I kind of wish I could conduit right into there. That might be asking a lot. Part of me thinks I should just chop that tube down over there and run the line along the wall, much like this. But then this guy is not as fragile. That could take a nice stab and still transfer internet into my house. Then it only goes to here, so I'd have to... I kind of like the idea of just having it right close to the wall here and maybe just digging just a little bit down, However, to do it right, maybe I should consider moving all this stuff. So in today's news, coming around this corner, I did indeed just dig just the slightest of trench all along the edge of the house. Just burying it just right down in there, but not that down. It'd be cruel. And then it pops out here, which is convenient because I guess I can anchor it to this conduit here. So the pipe doesn't go all the way up to the hole, but you know, horseshoe rules, close enough. Now I just have to decide how to terminate this. But I think at this point, I can go ahead and see if I can fish the line through, because that's always fun. Remember how that went last time I tried to fish a line? 100 feet, but no hard bends, all smooth. If I could get that pipe to bend like that, I'm pretty sure I can get that cat wire to bend like that. So I do believe the hardest part of fishing this wire is going to be the general quantum entanglement of it all, because it does appear that I was shipped something resembling a box of spaghetti. So maybe if I can use my years of cable logic, I can kind of untangle it a little bit before I get too into it. Untangle it just a little bit. And it shouldn't be too bad, but you never know. Sometimes it's just a case of finding key loops that are going through each other, and then, ta-da. I'm very used to dealing with wires. So we might get hung up a little bit here, but assuming we get past that, I'd like to think it's gonna go rather smoothly, though it might get tight. So I'm not sure. Unfortunately, we don't have enough fish wire to go all through that. So I might have caused myself another problem here. Maybe I should be soaping this cable up too, Because like soap's better than canola oil, right? Some soapy water and a damp sponge. I don't want to get the cable wet, but this might be worth the investment in this case. So far, so good, man. Slicking right down there. Oh, we got our first 90. Is it over there already? Come on, that's what I was afraid of. We're gonna have a couple 90s. Oh, this isn't gonna end well, is it? Put the glasses on, getting blinded here. Now mind you, I think once I get it past that 90, there we go. Or maybe, I don't know. What happens if I put like a vacuum cleaner on the other end? Think that would help? I'm curious now. I didn't film it, but I totally attached the shop vac to the other end of the pipe, and there is suction. Very little suction though. Like, will it realistically make a difference, you think? I think it is making a difference. Now mind you, we're not even at the second of our turns yet. Sometimes you give it a little yank, it'll straighten the cable out. Oh, we got a bit of tension here. I wonder if we've made it to the second set of turns. It's ironic because putting soap makes it harder to hold. This is not going well. We're not even past this first little bit, and I know half of this box goes in there before we're done. Man, I almost feel like we need to disconnect it down there, and at least I can get straight in. Maybe I should have run the cable through before I laid the pipe. Oh, that'd be awesome if I have to go and dig it all up again like I did the last time. Wonder if I use an air compressor and blow air through, if that will accelerate the straightening of the cable. It's worth a try. Watch, I'm only at the first 90. I feel like that's gonna do nothing, or maybe not. Ah, great. We are privy to another bad idea. Let's see how far we got even. Maybe we will need to have to direct bury this. So apparently we got like halfway up to the house. So, and this looks a bit, again, I wonder if we might benefit to capping that with something smooth. I think our soapiness might not be soapy enough. I wonder if we give it a little shake, the exposed area here. Oh, mud. Maybe that loosens it up a bit. Not very much, but a little bit. Well, I'm gonna have to re-strategize. Like I haven't said that before. Sun's starting to go down, naturally. Just got back from having to drop everything and run all the way across town to get myself a new fish tape. Even if my old one wasn't broken, it's not long enough. This is 100 feet. So, continuing with the journey of trying to find as many ways as possible to not do something, I'm gonna see if I can get 100 feet of fish tape through 100 feet of hose, hoping that there will be just enough slack to actually make it out of the hose. Assuming, of course, I can even force fish tape through the hose. Because of course I didn't learn the last time I tried to fish something that it's gonna bind up around every single corner. I should get gloves and a chair because I might be here a while. The gloves are mostly because this stupid thing is greasy as frig. These gloves are gonna be super effective though. Check that out. Now mind you, greasy as frig might work at our favor. Oh, that's not actually doing anything. No, that's just unspooling it. Oh, takes as much tension to get it out of the spools, it looks like it's gonna need to push it through the line. Oh. This thing's jammed up already. This brake button is, actually so far this thing's going through there super smooth, but it's still just a straight run. So, is there a not awkward way to handle this thing? This experience is super smooth so far. Hopefully we can keep this party going all night long. Oh, there's a little bind up there. Maybe we hit a corner. How repetitious. I think we're getting a foot at a time through here. Oh, it feels a little tighter all of a sudden. Oh, so I left my compressor on the whole time I was gone. Oh, if it keeps going smooth like this, we might be in luck. What are the chances? Oh, this snake's going through pretty quickly. It's actually 100 feet. We might be quite a ways there. Watch, we're not into the trench yet and haven't yet hit the complicated parts. Super effective so far though. Wait, is that it? Oh, just got tight. I would like to hope that we're past the trench 90. There's really not much. Oh, I think I just got to the end of the snake and it just jammed up. Okay, this tells me something. Let's go see if we're actually that lucky. We know we're not lucky. Not lately anyway. So, setting this up in one of the worst angles I could think of, it's very, there's no, get this out of here. How about you want to bet it's right here? Oh yeah, it's in there, I can hear it. Sucks because I already caulked this joint together to keep it sealed up. Now I have to break that seal if I even can. Oh, look at that, it wants to thread off instead of pull off. Isn't that wonderful? I almost feel like there might actually be some snake fish tape in there. Maybe I should give it another push just to see. Yeah, I know the fish tape ain't budging. At least this joint's non-permanent. Just takes a while. Oh, look at that. The fish tape is in here, so what's it binded up on? Can't make it past here? What's your problem, bud? Like literally, it's like enough it could make it up here. Wow, that fish tape worked way better than I expected. But I guess it can't make it past this bend. Not with all the extra force that's on it. Oh well. Made it through there though. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Look at it. Here, look at this. Check this out. Look at that pupper right there. Isn't that wonderful? Something went right for a change. I'm gonna start off by hiding my bundle of wire in the shed to make things a little bit easier once I do finally get it all the way through the wire, pipe, tube. You know what I'm talking about. Now we're gonna need to engage into some combination of snippy doodle here to get that on the end. So we're gonna need some schlick. Not too worried about. Oh, it's the good stuff. It's got the little X in the middle. So, I don't know, we'll take a pair, go like that. Take another pair, go like that. Just get that on there, like that. Gotta go get some tape. Where's all my electrical tape? That's wonderful. Searching for the ground with our good eye closed now. I bring it inside the house. Can't find my electrical tape. How much will I regret using hockey tape? Already regretting it. Well, let's go give her a little yank. If she gets past this part. Okay, yeah, we're off to a great start. I meant to put it through the friggin' conduit first. Yep, sure, yep. It's all right. I'm used to sequencing errors. It's a mental glitch I suffer from. I do things in the wrong order sometimes. How awkward is this gonna be? Come on, hockey tape, be faster to use. Oh, nice kink in the tape. It's not the kind of kinky that I am. I am not tape kinky. Come on, rip. Can I just like push that through there? Okay, I gotta go give it a little tug and then get the wires lined up and yeah. Great news, this little bundle here seems to just not be able to clear the hole in the barb. And of course, that's the thing that's not gonna come loose for us. That barb's freaking in there, man. What the hell? What is this? Is this seriously too wide to go into that hole? Oh, fun. Oh, it's getting hung up on the end, you frigger. Okay. It feels like the lump went through. And then it bound up like this right here. Okay, that's fine. Let's just put that on straight, and now it shouldn't be a problem. Now this should go all the way through. All right, bud, you're coming with me. Haha. At least it's not the coldest day out, right? Can't agree with me, I know you're not here. Oh, why isn't it moving? Wow, this sucks already. Is this gonna be a game of back and forth? Let's get this done. I don't understand why it would be so tight. How come breakthroughs of this nature have to happen so late in the day? No, get back up here. Oh, frick. I felt that. It ripped off the end of the wire, didn't it? Yep. You know what that means? We're starting over again. Yeah, yeah. It's a wonderful night to fish a line. Yeah. Feels like this thing's moving really smoothly, so you know what? I turn my heat on and I have the freaking shed door wide open. Why do things once when you can do things twice? You get better value for your money that way. If it was a nice day, I wouldn't mind so much. It's bought and boat against something again. What? It didn't even come out. Sure you don't care to watch me fish a line in the dark. Maybe I'll just pause for now. Can you even see? I managed to get it through. Can you even see that? Probably not. That is ridiculous. It's dark out. The dew has started to set upon surfaces that I might wish to interact with. And I cannot believe for the life of me how much effort it took to get a 3/8 piece of wire pulled through a 1/2 inch piece of tube. all with smooth bends. I pretty much ended up having to do this ridiculous dance where I would pull a few feet through the conduit until it started getting a little tight, then walk over to the shed, shake on that wire, loosen it up, you know, make sure the slack was flowing free, go back, pull a 4 more feet, back to the shed, snake, few more feet, and vice versa until I got all 100 feet of it through. It's through now, and I've kind of capped off the end in this creative way that you're gonna see. But unfortunately, I can't proceed any further tonight. Not out here anyway. I was hoping to get the landline tied in to the house so that in this evening time with my light and my heat, I could do the finished wiring here in the shed, but that's not happening. Is there even a point talking about it? Because I will probably edit this in such a way that everything will be seamless. Yeah, f***ing gas all day too.